Hi there, everyone. This is Sophie, your class's embedded tutor, and your Professor Sadashivan actually asked me to make a little presentation about footnotes for you guys because she would like you to use them in your writing. So in order to do that, I'll show you how. So a footnote is a note at the bottom of a page that contains additional information such as citations, explanations, or supplementary details related to something mentioned in the main text. A footnote is often separated from a main text by a line and is printed in a smaller font size. The main purpose of a footnote is to provide information without cluttering the main text. And as you can see on the right, I just have a little example that I pulled from Wikipedia. The North American river otter, also known as the northern river otter and river otter, is a semi-aquatic mammal that lives only on the northern American continent along its waterways and coasts. And you can see here that I took the word semi-aquatic and I put the definition in a footnote. And you can see here it's 1-to-1. The footnote should be the same as its respective number on the top so that you can easily find the information that it's referencing. So here, semi-aquatic, its definition is in the bottom footnote. The reason why I wouldn't include the definition of semi-aquatic in the main text is because it's kind of going off topic and doesn't necessarily need the definition in there, but it would be good to include for those who maybe don't know what semi-aquatic means or want to be refreshed. So they can just go back to the bottom of the page rather than keeping all that information in the main text and cluttering it. So let's compare the main text without a footnote versus with a footnote. So without a footnote, clearly you can see this underlined part. It kind of is going off in a different tangential or not super important to the main topic, which is otters. And the second one, it's really just says semi-aquatic and that's it. And you can go find the definition of semi-aquatic if you really want to at the bottom of that page, but it's not taking away from the main point of the text. The addition of a footnote allows for smoother reading while still providing extra information for the reader if needed. Citations. Citations is another big thing that Professor Sadashivan emphasized that you guys use in your writing. So obviously we know in-text citations are those things in the parentheses, the author's last name and page number. However, when you have a big paper and you have all these citations, it gets really repetitive to have these parentheses over and over, and it kind of jumbles the paper. So we can use footnotes to get those out of the main text and put them in the bottom of the paper. And you can see that with the footnote, that those parentheses aren't there anymore, and that citation is just a small little piece of text at the bottom rather than in the main text. And this is how to add a footnote. For Google Docs, you're just going to insert and footnote, and then Microsoft Word is references, insert, footnote. They're both pretty similar, and I did include some how-to videos in case you need a little extra help with that. Here's just an example of some famous fun footnotes. Actually, my brother is a big fan of Terry Pratchett, and I had no idea, but when I was talking to him about this presentation, he said Terry Pratchett actually has a really unique use of footnotes. He often uses his footnotes to add witty asides and humorous commentary, which I think is really cool. As you can see in the bottom left example, he just has a footnote that says, "This was once revealed to me in a dream." So footnotes don't always need to be academic and serious. They can actually be used to build interest and engagement and even world building in creative writing, which is really cool. And a footnote versus a footer. So this is something that can be very easily mistaken because they sound super similar, and actually they are kind of similar because they're both found at the bottom of the paper. However, they're really different because a footer contains information that is repeated over multiple pages, such as contact information, page numbers, copyright notices. Unlike footers, footnotes, which is the topic of this presentation, are not repeated, as typically they are specific to the page they appear on. So in this right example, I just asked ChatGPT to make me a mock-up of an Otter lawyer firm's document. And here at the bottom, there's their contact information. And if this document was multiple pages, this same text with the contact information at the bottom will be repeated on every page because it is a footer. So here's just some common footer usage: contact information, page numbers, and copyright notices. I mean, we see them everywhere. We just don't think very much about it. This is just a little activity if you would like to familiarize yourself with adding footnotes. Just do the same thing I did earlier with the otter article. Find a Wikipedia article about an animal of your choice, copy and paste one or two paragraphs or even a couple sentences from the article into a document, and practice adding footnotes. Some tips is to look for details or facts that may be interesting but not crucial to the text. Also, words that could be defined but not necessarily need to be defined in the text. You may have to click on the embedded Wikipedia links to find additional information to use in your footnote. And it's important to note that while here we are only including extra information in our footnotes, footnotes can also contain sources, explanations, or clarifications for the main text, additional examples or illustrations to support an argument, or comments and insights from the author. And that's about the end of this presentation. If you ever have questions, don't hesitate to see me at the Bach Learning Center or message me on Canvas, and good luck on your footnoting journey, guys.